Hey, what's going on? I want to take you on a behind the scenes tour of how we set up onlineballettraining.com. And I thought, what better to do than to bring in my special guest, the star of the show, the lady on the banner at the top, Ursula Skolak. That's my beautiful wife. And basically, about a month ago, found out that her hours are going to be cut, and she needed to start to build a set of, some side income because of all the stuff that's happening in the world. So we decided to go really fast, use all the skills, use a bunch of tech and software, and launch this business really quickly. And so I'm going to show you exactly how we did it using the checklist that I built, using all the software and tools. And in the last 3 weeks, we've launched this and successfully been running classes every day. And we're just about to go into phase 2, where we're going to be building all the content strategy and taking this next level. So I'm going to show you how everything works. But essentially, we use a software called Book Like a Boss that allows us to set this all up as basically it looks like a website. Step 2 is we're going to register this as a custom domain. We're going to build a whole membership site in Kajabi, but we were able to build this site in just a couple days. And so we use that plus all the other tools to be able to start generating revenue, I think within like 3 or 4 days. So that's the goal of this. If you have an idea, I want to show you how to be able to do this really quickly. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Oh, wonderful. So I'm kind of showing her a bunch of behind the scenes stuff that she doesn't even know how it works.
It just appeared one day.
It just started showing up. So let me show you what we're looking at. I'm going to actually, this is the site. I'll show you the site first. I'm going to make my face a little bit smaller. Ooh, there we go. And this is the site. So what we've done is we've got a header up here. We've treated it kind of like a site. Essentially, Book Like a Boss is a software that's allowing you to book appointments. And so we use this to essentially create a full site that's fully functioning and doing all the stuff we need to. So on the home page, we've got all the stuff about us, how the schedule works, when classes are. They're all clickable. We can go through. We've got products that we can offer. So anybody can go in and register for a class. They can look at these beginner classes. It's $10. They can buy a class pack. And if they pick on this, not pick on it, but they pick this, they put all this in, they declare that they understand the liability, all that stuff. We've got coupon codes. Everything's all built in. This is connected through our Stripe account, goes right into the bank. Everything's all done. And then back on here, we go to the main page and we can look at all the stuff that we've got here. We've got a 10 pack so people can buy the stretch and strength 10 pack for classes. And we've got YouTube videos where we're doing promo videos and all that stuff. That's essentially what we're wanting to build, and people have been loving it. And now all we've got right now, this is step 1, is just keeping it at the bookme.name/online ballet training. So we are using that as a forward URL. So I'm going to show you, let's do this. I'm going to show you the checklist. So on the left-hand side here, just above my silly face, this is all the stuff. I mean, it looks like a long list, but this is all the stuff that we did in phase 1 to get things off to the races. I'm going to walk you through what we did. So the first thing that we did is we went into GoDaddy. And GoDaddy, to get a URL, we spent, about an hour looking at, looked at domains, and we said, okay, well, what are we going to do? We want to do some training online for ballet. So we started typing all different types of combinations. And I found that if you use like 3-word combinations, it's the easiest. Or if you make up a word, there's lots of ways to find the domain that you want. Once we figured that out, we said, okay, great. Let's now put that into Book Like a Boss. So we opened up our Book Like a Boss. This is the OneNote right here. We created an account through Book Like a Boss, set that up, and then once we had that, we then went into GoDaddy, took our domain, and forwarded it to our Book Like a Boss page. That's all we did to get things set up from there. The next thing that we did is we went into G Suite and set up our Gmail account here through G Suite. And I think this costs, so now it's Ursula@onlineballettraining.com. It took a couple minutes to get all that set up. And now we have all of our Gmail setup stuff. So now we go like this. We redirect the URL, we forward it, create a basic text logo. That's the other thing we did. We went in here and we created a logo. we created a header, and I'll show you how all that stuff works. So we just created some basic logos, and all we did is we went on, I have an account through Deposit Photos and just found a really cool ballerina. We spent about an hour looking at ballerinas and different pictures, and then just played around with some text and options. There's ways you can do logo editors online, but that was essentially the first step. The key to all of this is you can get stuff going really quickly just by getting it done, right? So don't worry. So people think like it takes 6 months, a year to build all this stuff. We did this over the course of a couple of days. And so now we went like this. We connected our phone. We uploaded a bunch of pictures and all that kind of stuff. We went in and wrote. So then we created a Google Drive document. Once we had our G Suite set up, we created Google Drive where we have all of our documents and everything in there. We then shared the account, started uploading stuff so we could share things, created a nice branding document. So I always suggest before you go in and start creating things inside your software, create yourself a branding guideline. So what kind of colors are we going to use? What kind of fonts are we going to use? What's our headline? A little bit about what we do, the sidebar, our audience, our programs, and then we can start talking about this, especially on Book Like a Boss. If you look here, in here, all of this about us is all the stuff that we typed in, first of all, to make sure that it all made sense, especially down here, all of the FAQs. So we wrote all these FAQs out before we needed them. And so that's what we did there. So we had all this stuff done. We started to create our branding assets. We started creating our YouTube pages, Facebook page, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So that's how we set up just the initial stuff inside a Book Like a Boss. We went in. I'm going to show you in the back end here. This is what it looks like. So in Book Like a Boss, you have all these options, right? So first thing we did is we created our name, all the about stuff. In here, what we did is because we wanted to show the schedule, we created all these schedules here. We're going to be changing this. We're building out some calendars, but all of these we're able to hyperlink using the link. We were able to highlight them with this color, select our time zone on the sidebar. Because we wanted this to somewhat act like a website. We wanted to be able to send them back to the main page. We wanted to have subscription. Facebook, we found that that's doing quite well on the page, is we added this in the sidebar basically as a navigation. So we just highlighted it, added some links, and did that. In the time zones, all this stuff, we added a favicon. This is cool. That allows it to look like this at the top. So it's all of these little branding elements that you'll notice as we go through the different accounts that kind of give you that consistency and that look and feel. And then we've got all this stuff built on the back end there. Now, let's go to profile photos. Same thing as we just went in. I went into Photoshop, and I'll just tell you guys right now, I don't know if she can hear me, but it's really easy to build sites for ballerinas that have awesome pictures. This was super easy in Photoshop. And so we did this, just built the profile photo, and that allows it to just be like boom, 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 and it looks great. So that's what we did there. Now we go into the gallery. Again, same thing. Look at it. It's real easy. So just check some photos. She already had all the photos. And then in the skins, you can change the look and feel. We use the modern skin because it gives you lots of cool options. You can customize your text and your fonts and all that kind of stuff in here. We just kept the standard Railway font, but we also did change the contact me button to say send us a message, contact me pop-up header, all this kind of stuff. Instead of about me, it's about us. But if we're being honest, it's about me. And then we have all this kind of stuff in here, the details button, rather than I think details, we put info and all this kind of stuff. So we could change anything inside this, which is quite cool. And they've been really good at building lots of things. Footer. Same thing is we can hide the social media icons. We put this stuff in here. We added some more links in there to show people to subscribe. And instead of powered by the Book Like a Boss, we added our logo in the bottom of the page, all that kind of stuff. And we've turned off the Book Like a Boss branding on our page because we wanted it to look like our own page. So that's an option for you in there, depending on the plan that you're using. Testimonials, really straightforward. FAQs. Integrations is where we had some fun. We looked at the basic one is what we're doing is when we're booking these classes, we're booking them through Zoom and we're booking group classes. So I'll show you when we get to products, you could book as many people into a class as you want, but we're connecting it right to Zoom. We also here, the video that's on the home page there, or the main page, is this video here from our YouTube channel, and I'll show you that too. Google Analytics, you can see we're all set up. We'll talk about that. I started using Gist at the beginning, and that's more of like a chat function. It's you can use like I can't think of, like a messenger bot on the bottom where you can chat, but I found that we were getting too many different messages because people can use, we have the email that they can use to send us a message. There's Facebook comments. We have Facebook page. We found like we're chasing our tail all these different places. So I removed Gist, but Poptin is really cool. I'll show you that on the site, is where we created a free Poptin account, which I'm really impressed with, that connects to our autoresponder, all that kind of stuff too. We've got Facebook comments on the bottom. We put our Facebook pixel in there, all that kind of stuff. And we've also got Zapier. So let me show you what all that stuff I just explained is. So if I go back to the main page, this is that sidebar I was showing you so that people can navigate a little bit there. All of the stuff around here, the gallery, the testimonials, recommendations, that's all in there. FAQs down here, the gallery, and then also the comments. I don't know why it's not displaying properly. And then the footer here, change the color, change the logo, all that kind of stuff. So you can see it's the look and feel of it looks just like a website, and we're able to navigate through all of this stuff. And that's what we did with integrations. Facebook Pixel, we've already ran some ads towards this. And like I said, the Poptin, I'll show you what that looks like. If we go to, let's go here. And let's go to an incognito window. This is what a new user would see. The Poptin that we're using, first of all, is this one right here. So we have a subscribe button or a banner on the bottom. There's a whole bunch of different ones. We'll show you how those work, but those connect to our email system. The other part that I have here is if I try to exit, I missed that. So if I try to exit here, oh, come on, do it. We have an exit intent one. So if I go here, and then I try to go here, that's what I'm talking about. So anytime somebody tries to leave, we say, hey, wait, before you do that, subscribe to our email list. And this one we've had pretty good conversions on as well. I had that automatically popping up, but I turned that off because we were getting too many things happening on the page. But that's popped in, and that's free. The one that I'm using there. So that's how that works. The integrations, all that stuff. Where are we at? Zoom is good. So like I said, when they get, they book their class, it automatically sends them a Zoom link, everything. So it's been really, really cool. We can integrate our calendar. So we actually get to customize what calendar we're using, and we can show all the stuff that's happening. We can connect different calendar accounts with this. We can go and put our schedule. We can customize our availability for all of this, for all of our things here. We can go into appointments. We don't use appointments because we are selling our appointments as products and services. So essentially, this is what we've got. If we want to do a beginner class, I'm going to show you this one, and this is how we do this. You can see we've got the adult beginner classes. This is the URL, so we can send people directly to that URL if we want them to register. So we have that inside of our email systems. We put 15 people as the participants right now. These are an hour, and people can, they're going to pay online. It's $10. We have cutoffs, and then once they click success, I'll show you what that looks like. It says, great, check your email. Here's the details. And then we have it set up so it automatically creates the meeting in Zoom. And so everybody's going to get the same Zoom link, and it's been working pretty seamlessly. Everybody seems to be doing pretty well. I have other meetings that we can hide so that if we use, I'll show you, that's the thank you page that we did. And then what we do here is once they sign up, we send them, this is once they say, great, it's in my calendar. Now I put this as a sort of a thank you page after that thank you page. And this has been working really well. It's called progressive profiling. So we eliminated a lot of the questions at the front end when they're registering, but then put this afterwards. So once they've registered, they're all excited about their class. Now they can tell us a bit more about us or about them, so we can start to segment who's doing what and what kind of things they want to get access to. And then once they click submit on that, it goes to another thank you page we created. All right, I'm gonna take you on a timeout here. Ursula's gone. I'm editing the video, and I realized I forgot to show you how the thank you pages work within the system. So basically, I'm going to do this. Inside Book Like a Boss, the success message is this that you're adding. There's a couple things I want to look at. So this is in the product for beginner ballet class. Inside here, we've got the success message. We've got a redirect URL. We've got an option to auto direct it and hide it, and approval required. Let me explain these things to you real quick. With the success message, that is essentially what this looks like. And so we can put whatever we want here. You're going to be sent your email details. I like having this. I was having it auto redirect because it would go right to another page, but people would miss out on this page, which allows them to add it to their calendar. So I put this back on. If you click this button, auto redirect, that success message won't show up. But when people click this button, it says, okay, then they're going to go to this redirect URL that looks, well, I can just show you right here, that looks like this. So now it says, tell us a bit more about yourself. So this is part of that progressive profiling that we said. So now I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to, I don't want that email. Okay, I'm a complete beginner. Go easy on me. I want to do adult level. I'm a beginner that I would like. I'd also like to maybe get some elementary stuff. More so the ballet, stretch and strength. I'm going to do 60 minutes. Doesn't matter. We have currently, you know what? I'm happy to do 10 to 20 bucks. I am in Victoria. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to hit submit. This is the next part that I want to show you. Once we do that, I created an appointment. There's a couple ways we can do it, either a product or an appointment, but you can see this. This is basically an appointment that I've called thank you. And on here, because it's an appointment, I did it that way. I could do a digital product where it just says complete, then it goes somewhere else. But I like this because there's nowhere for them to go now. But this is basically the third step in the thank you. So I'm like, hey, thanks so much for signing up. We created a thank you header, a custom header specifically for that appointment. And then that goes like this, go to Facebook, click here to subscribe. I don't know if I need that anymore because it takes them right back to that same form. But basically, that's what it looks like. And inside of Book Like a Boss, all I did is in the appointments, doobie-doo-wah, I have a thank you. You have to make it at least 5 minutes. And inside of that one right here is where I put hide. Okay. I used to for myself, because I do on my site, I do embedded Book Like a Boss, because you can embed these in your website anyways. I have my, you know what, why don't I show you this? And you know, here's a fun one. I did the same thing, bookjoeg.com, and it's just a forward to my Change, Grow, Achieve page contact. And this is what I use it for. So I have, if somebody wants to book an appointment with me, I just send them bookjoeg.com, so I don't have to type in this whole thing. It basically just costs me like 15 bucks on GoDaddy to do a forward. So now people can book a 30-minute chat with me. So I just embed this right on my site. So that's the way we can do it. What I used to do is have approval required. So you can do that for your own site. If you're getting a bunch of people kind of spamming you, or if they're not filling out the forms, you can either make your form questions required, make them not required, make approvals. You can have create Zoom meetings automatically. There's lots of really cool stuff Book Like a Boss does, but I just wanted to show you how we were doing that. And the way that we set up this thank you page is inside of ActiveCampaign. We go into our forms, and let me find my form here, our online ballet training after sign up form. And you can see 7 people so far out of like this 50 or something have gone through and filled this form out. So because I have a subscribe form as well, so my subscribe form is form number 61, and my after sign up form, progressive profiling form, is 63. They both pretty much say the same thing, but I just want to see who's doing what and where to give me a sense of what's happening on the site. But inside here, all I'm doing is once they're done, I can either send them to the thank you page, or I can send them, or I can send like a success message, but I created this thank you page. So basically it's giving me like a 3-step sort of funnel, and that's what I can do. I could also, where is it? On this page, there's some other things you could do. Like I have also, you know, you could do lead magnets, you do a whole bunch of stuff. You can make really cool stuff on the thank you page. You could do videos where you say, hey, thanks so much. Here's what to expect. That's what we're going to be doing next on our thank you pages, some videos and stuff like that. But I really want you to think creatively using your appointments, using the redirects, using forms and email systems to be able to create some really cool multi-step, customer service type stuff. This also fits really well with the welcome series. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to give them the customer service. And now that I've said all of that, let's go back to where we were in the video with the lovely Ursula. But that's how the flow works on this stuff. Inside here, we can create different, we created a waiver in here so that we say, hey, we want to make sure that they understand that if they fall off their own patio while they're trying to do ballet, that's not on us. We can customize emails. We then go in here and we put the schedule. So we've got all these set up. We can either add dates every week, and we've got this going until I think the end of June right now. We got to go update all of those, but those seem to be working. We can change the cover media. So this is how we were able to put different images on each one of those products. And we are about to go and create some more videos for each one of those products as well. That all go in there. We have testimonials by product, all that kind of stuff. So this is how we have set these guys up. And so if we go back into here and somebody wants to book a beginner ballet class, we go here, they enter it in here, they put their email. Once they click submit and register and they paid, it takes them that thank you page that says, okay, now here's how you put it into your calendar. And that all works really, really well. And so one of the things that we did is we wanted to give people a deal if they want to register for multiple classes. And so we created this one, which is a 10-pack of classes for $75. And how we're running that is basically once they come in here and they go in and buy their class, they go in and fill out their name, email, if they're using it for themselves or somebody else, that they know when they get this, they're going to apply, they're going to fill out their credit card information, they're going to sign up, and then they're going to get an email from us with a coupon code for their 10 classes. When they go to register, they're going to use that coupon code, and they're going to have that 10 times that runs through there. And that essentially just looks like this. Once we get their name, this is how we're doing it for now, but once we get their name, we'll put their name in here, we'll create the coupon code and send that to them. And so what we've done inside the email is we created a canned response, and in order to do this, you go turn this on in the back end, but basically we created a canned response that looks like this, and we just changed the title of that, and now they get their coupon code. And that's how everything is essentially automatic. Payment settings, same thing. We set up all of our Stripe and our PayPal. We've got our orders, bookings, all this kind of stuff. That's how we've set up Book Like a Boss. We've got all that stuff here. So we've integrated Stripe, integrated this. We went and found some stock images. We created all of our Blab stuff. We created a products and services. We created the images for those, created the booking schedule. We created friends and family coupon code. Then the next one is we started to create Facebook pages. So we created a Facebook page, and this one we've actually been able to do, I think we're almost at 400 people that like this page now, and we did a bunch of stuff, and now we're starting to work on the content for this. We had a whole bunch of stuff happening. Now we post on there, and lots of fun stuff happening through here. We also created a YouTube channel. And what we found is that in order to create a YouTube channel through G Suite, now we got to go and start building out all the content to build subscribers. We got our video here, our promo video, and now we're going to go through and build this out and get our 100 subscribers. We've paid our money to get our G Suite up and running. So in the 30 days, we'll be able to customize the YouTube channel and move it over. Facebook profile cover photo, same thing. So you can see we took that same logo, we created a cover photo here, an icon here. On YouTube, same thing. We did a banner up here for YouTube. We created our icon there. Let's see, what else? YouTube promo video we did. So this promo video, oh man, we had lots of fun doing that, right? And we use a tool called Videos where we are able to edit some pretty cool stuff there. So created some good videos there. Now we've done that. Like I said, we created a back to the main page link on the sidebar. We updated the Facebook page. We've got stories. We've got people connected. We reached out to all of our friends and family, all that stuff. Then we set up a list in ActiveCampaign. So I'm using my ActiveCampaign, but we built an online ballet training list. And in here, we've collected people into this list. We've created forms. That's how we were able to build this form. I've got 2 different forms that are actively running, and this form connects right to ActiveCampaign. I also made it so that when people register on the Book Like a Boss, they automatically get added to our ActiveCampaign list. And then also in Poptin, we've got people coming in here in the pop-ups. We can see that these guys, the ones I showed you earlier, we have the lead gen pop-up, that's for the exit intent, and then the banner subscribe, and we're collecting people through there, and those are going directly into ActiveCampaign as well, and we're tagging everybody appropriately. So that's how we've set up ActiveCampaign. And let's see what else. And then the other part in here, inside of Stripe, we made sure we verified our Stripe account and then went into the branding settings inside of Stripe so that when people get their receipts from us, it has the logo, it has the actual name. It doesn't just have a weird Stripe name. We selected our colors and all that kind of stuff. Branding, we set up Google Analytics. So this is really simple. Just go into your Gmail and find Google Analytics, and you're able to see what your traffic looks like on your page, where people are coming from, average sessions, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to dive more into that. We just wanted to get that set up sooner than later so we could see what's actually happening. And then on here, we applied for our business. Right, we did that. And in BC and Canada here, we just use the one-stop registry. So the first thing you do is you register for a business name. We actually got our, what did we get? We got denied the first time because we didn't have it unique enough with online ballet training. So we have now Skolak online ballet training for the champion over here. So we did that. Then once that name was registered, we registered for a business, and that's all set up all the business bank accounts. We connected, set up Stripe to the business account. Not Strip, but we did that. And then we set up Google My Business. This is another thing you guys should be doing right away, is setting up Google My Business. So you've got something happening on Google, makes you more findable, drives more traffic. We're able to put our products in here. And now because we applied for that, we're waiting for a postcard from Google so that we get a code to verify we're real people at a real address. But in the meantime, we set up all of our classes in here so people can see these products. They can actually go right to the link through there. Reach out for reviews. We're going to look at reviews on Google, look at reviews on Facebook. We set all this stuff, like I said, ActiveCampaign, created the forms. And then the last thing that we did that we just finished is our welcome series. I think I've got all this stuff so far. This popped in, this. Our last thing that we did that we just finished last couple days and sent it out is a welcome series in ActiveCampaign. And that looks like this. So right now we've got 48 people that have joined through this in the last couple of weeks that have taken classes and given money, which is nice. We set up these welcome emails that, if you see that, I've just hovered. I don't know, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see where I'm pointing, but over here where it's hovering is that's what the email looks like. We've got already people in the last couple of days going through. We've got a secondary email, a third email, a fourth email, and a fifth email. And so what we did is we created templates in here, and I'm going to be doing more in-depth training on how this all works. But basically, this is one just says, hey, thanks, we're glad you're here. This is what to expect. And I'll tell you, my secret for doing welcome emails is don't write them inside your email system. Write them separately, create notes, do research. We took some bullet points here, and then we went in and wrote the emails directly inside of our Google Drive so that we could take this, tweak them in here, collaborate on editing those together. And then once we had this looking pretty good, then we put those in there. So we're taking an approach of, we're talking about our story. So the first one's a welcome one. Second one is about our story and our vision, the motivation of ballet. The third one, we're talking a little bit about what to expect, how to do this at home, how to make sure this is right for you, talk about your goals, and really just indoctrinate people into the vision of what we're trying to build. And then we're going to be talking about monthly memberships, getting people upgraded, all this kind of stuff through here. And once we have these emails set up, we load them inside of ActiveCampaign, and we can then get them starting to send. So we've only sent the first 2 in the last couple of days. I think the next one goes out shortly here, but we can see the reports on what people have been doing. We're getting about 50%. That was actually the wrong number. We sent it to 48 people. We got 36 open. We had a number of people clicking on these, and so we can see what people are doing. But this is a great way to get people to connect with you while they're getting started. So let's go right into the middle here. Boom. So that is essentially the setup. And now what we're going to be doing on the left-hand side here is the next ones we're going to be going through. We're going to update Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. We're going to go through all the profiles. We're going to set up monthly options. We're going to be looking at a whole bunch of different things. The biggest thing is going to be our content strategy, looking at YouTube videos, Facebook posts, taking all of this stuff and starting to repurpose things so that we start to create a machine and some automations and tools happening. But this is the setup. It's only taken us about a couple weeks to really get things going and get the business. We launched the business in a couple days and then a couple weeks to get everything kind of in place. So this is how you can set it up the same way. And I'm going to be doing in-depth training and all of this kind of stuff. Anything you want to add?
No, it looks awesome.
That was easy. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing. And if you have questions, definitely put them in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. But this was a really, really cool way to set something up quickly using tools and softwares that anybody could use. So thanks for watching. And remember to click and subscribe and do all that kind of stuff. Bye. Hey, this is Joe Girard with Change Grow Achieve. Thanks for checking this out. Remember to subscribe and check out some of the other videos and resources we have. You know, as a sales coach, I spend a lot of my time just helping people be less weird and more human with their customers. If we can help you and your high-performing team, reach out to us, let us know, and let's connect soon. Take a sip of coffee. Cheers. Cheers. All right, cool.